Hi all, thank you for joining me for some yoga today. Today our yoga is going to be mostly on the floor, and it'll be kind of a yoga that anybody can do. You can make it harder if you want by doing single leg. We're going to do a lot of bridges, so you can make it harder or easier, whatever works for you. So you'll need a mat, and you will need a strap. I know I always say that and we never use it, but today you will be using a strap. You'll need a strap and you will need a block. Yes, you'll need a block, or maybe two. Or something, because you're going to squeeze something between your knees, so you want something that you can squeeze. So finding ourselves in a comfortable seated form, so whatever that looks like for you, kind of sitting that up tall, getting ourselves ready. Maybe rocking it from side to side, or maybe a little bit from front to back. And then let's go ahead and drop our chin to chest. And then take eyes to the sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. Good. Ear to shoulder. And other ear to shoulder. And again, bringing that from side to side. Good. Let's lift our head center, take our shoulder blades down and back, and then maybe roll our shoulders. So rolling those shoulder blades down and back. Articulating one at a time. Each shoulder blade goes back in. Good. Taking that back. And then let's go ahead and roll this forward. And kind of as you're doing this, not kind of, but as you're doing this, maybe thinking about that movement, how you are moving that forward and making it nice and slow. Let's do that one more time. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take our arms. We're going to take our arms out in front of us, press through our hands, so we've got our hands clasped. And let's go ahead and take a little bit of a stretch here. If it's available to you, you can keep your arms here, but if it's available to you, go ahead and lift those arms towards the sky. And then take this side to side, reach up through this. Reach up through those arms. Now making some space in the rib cage. If you've got your arms here, again, you can still make space in that rib cage, or if you've got your arms down, you can even take your arms to your side. So again, whatever works best for you. So we've got this here. Let's inhale it deep. And exhale, sigh. And inhale deep. And exhale, sigh. And one more time. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh. Good. And then let's slowly, wherever your arms are at, let them float down to the floor. Go ahead and release the legs. And if you've got them crossed one way, go ahead and cross them the other way now. So now let's go ahead and take chin to chest, eyes to sky. And chin to chest, eyes to sky. Ear to shoulder, and ear to shoulder. And again, ear to shoulder, and ear to shoulder. Drop the chin to chest. We'll do some neck circles here. So just a few. But as you're circling, think about your shoulders being super heavy, or somebody standing on your shoulders, making your arms go down so your neck can get long right there. Good, lifting this center. Let's go ahead and look over to the left. So looking over, eyes looking back a little further. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale. Let's take our right hand and place it on the left thigh. And let's get another twist here. So inhale deep. And exhale. And inhale. And bring this back to center. That's a good one, especially at the beginning of a practice, because it's like pop, pop, pop for the back. Let's look over to the right now. And take the eyes back a little further. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale. And then let's take the left hand, place it on right thigh. and a nice twist here. And maybe notice if this feels different from the other side. Just noticing, nothing bad or good, just noticing difference. Inhaling it deep, and exhale. Good, bring this back to center. Very nice. Let's roll those shoulders, reach our arms up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and drop right and reach this over. And again, if your shoulder won't let you go, then feel free to have the hand on the waist, on the rib cage. But we're leaning this over, and we're keeping our hip and our glute of our opposite leg. So we're keeping our left leg, hip on the floor. And then bringing this up, or bringing the arms forward. Let's take it to the other side and reach through that. And bring this up, and then release it down. Release our arms. Very nice. Very nice. Roll that out. Good. Let's bring ourselves up, roll ourselves over onto our backs. Grab your block. All right, taking our block between our knees, let's go and take ourselves down. Pressing through our hands, through our elbows, through our triceps. Let's lift ourselves up into our bridge, our nice strong bridge. So walking our feet a little bit towards our glutes, where that's comfortable. Chin is to the chest, watching that belly lift and lower. Feeling a stretch right there in the front of the thighs and those hip flexors, but now you're having to squeeze your glutes, so you're having to use that back body as well. Actually, you're using your whole body here. You're using your core, pulling those abdominals in. Let's give the back a nice little massage. So let's roll this down one vertebrae at a time, pressing, melting into the floor, rounding that down, rounding that down, rounding that down. And then let's go ahead and lift this up and hold. And again, let's take this down, rounding it down, 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 pelvis to the floor, and then let's lift this up. And then again, taking this down nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, rolling that down, 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 and lift this up and hold. We're going to hold here for 3 full breaths. So let's inhale it, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower pelvis all the way down to the floor. Very nice. Release that. You can take away that block for a moment. Reach behind the right knee. Pull that into your chest. And then reach behind the other leg. Pull that in. And then one more time each side. Reach behind that. And then behind the other one. And then release. Go ahead and grab your strap if you can. Sorry, I didn't tell you to get it earlier. Grab your strap. We're going to go into Happy Babies pose. If you use a strap for Happy Babies pose, if you don't, then you don't need to use a strap. So either using that strap for Happy Babies pose or not, either reaching for the outside or inside of the foot. Flattening through that back, thinking of that back as a rectangle, trying to press through the shoulders, press through the hips to the floor, and we're opening up those hips, opening up those glutes, the hamstrings, and breathing that here, maybe rocking it if it feels okay for your low back. But as you're doing this, breathe very, very deep to allow all of that stress or anxiety that you might be holding in your hips to melt away. And then very gently, let's release our right leg, release the left leg, release that strap. Take your block once again and take that between the knees. Squeezing that block. We're using the block because it'll help engage us a little bit more with our core. So we have to work harder. Press through our hands, through our elbows, through our triceps, press through our feet. Lift our pelvis towards the sky, chin to chest, squeezing through that block, and breathe. Really squeeze it here. So now squeezing, 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 trying to squeeze those knees together. Let's press through both of our heels and lift our toes. Flex through our feet. And then flatten through our feet. Press through our toes, lift our heels. And then flatten through that. Hold it. Deep breath here. And as we exhale, let's slowly lower this down to the floor, nice and slow, and release that. Release your block, reach behind the right leg, pull in, and then reach behind left, pull that in, and we'll do happy baby's pose again, one more time. So using the strap or reaching for your feet. Finding that back flat. All four corners of the torso pressed into the floor, maybe rocking it again from side to side. And then gently, let's go ahead and release right, release left. We're going to take ourselves just back up into a bridge quickly just to open that up. Open the hip flexor, opening the quad, lengthening through that. Lift that as high as you can. Maybe press through those elbows. Maybe even lifting your angel wings, your shoulder blades up off the floor. And then let's slowly lower that down. Drop your knees over to one side and let's gently bring ourselves up. We've got one more hip opener. So we're going to bring ourselves, taking our legs into a nice zigzag here. So we're going to bring ourselves into a pigeon. So we're taking ourselves, and you guys have done pigeon a lot before. So bringing our leg behind us if it's available to you, and then up, not up onto the front of the leg, but kind of up, and then glute is over. Let me show you this side first. We'll do this side. All right. So we're right there. We've got that nice hip stretch. And you can be on your hands, you can be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down on the ground. But allowing that hip to open, breathing into that. Let's press ourselves up, and then let's go ahead and switch sides. So taking the other side forward, kind of moving that leg around. Good, taking that other leg back, and maybe recognizing if one hip is feeling totally different than the other. And you can be on the hands, on the elbows, or all the way down onto the floor, and breathe into that. Let's press ourselves up. Let's take our legs underneath us, and we're going to go back down onto our backs for a bridge once again. So taking ourselves, we're doing a lot of back stretching and strengthening today. A lot of hips too. So feet are lined up with our knees are lined up with our hips. Press through hands, elbows, triceps, no block this time. And let's go ahead and lift this up nice and strong, and you can feel a good stretch right there once again. Let's center our hip weight, and if it's available to you, press through our left foot, so finding stability there. So centering our weight, and then maybe lifting your heel up off of the floor, And then if you'd like, you can begin to bring that leg up off of the floor. And if you'd like, you can straighten through that leg. So whichever level you want to be at, you can be with that heel up here or lifted. So breathing it here, we'll do a full breath. Inhale it deeply and exhale. And then let's gently release that leg to the floor. Finding our bridge, nice strong bridge. And center our weight once again. So now we're going to press into our left foot, centering our weight, rooting our foot. And you can pop the toe, lift the heel, or you can lift the leg, or you can straighten through the leg. So finding whichever is going to work for you. But try and do the same thing on each side. You want to stay balanced. And breathing that here. Inhaling it deep. And as we exhale, slowly release, but don't release the bridge. You're just releasing the foot down and then finding yourself in that bridge. Slowly rolling this down one vertebrae at a time. And then lift this back up. We'll do 2 more like that. Slowly rolling this down until that sacrum, the back of the pelvis goes down, and then lift that up. And one more time, taking this down, rolling this down. And lift this up, hold for 2 deep breaths. Inhale it here. And exhale it. And inhale it. And exhale it. And slowly lower this down and relax. You deserve that right there. Reach behind one knee, pull that in. Good, reach behind the other, pull that in. Reach behind both knees, chin to chest, forehead to the knees, shoulders away from your ears. And then release that. Let's grab our strap or your belt, whatever you've got. And let's go and take that strap around our right leg. And lengthening through that left leg. Bending that right knee, pull that kind of in towards you. And then from here, let's press through our heel to the ceiling and use that strap to kind of pull that towards you a little bit more. And then let's go ahead and we're going to drop the leg across the body. So I can't do it right here. But dropping that leg across the body as much as you can. If you would like, you can also bend that knee, but dropping that leg over, using that, keeping the leg straight if possible, but allowing that nice spinal twist. Maybe those arms can be in that nice capital T and looking away from the legs. Breathing it here. Breathing into any of that tightness, any of that soreness, any of that weird feeling, or any of that tension in your mind and your head. Good, let's gently and slowly bring this back to center. Bring our straight leg up. Let's inhale, pulling the leg towards us. And then exhale, holding the strap, you're going to let the leg go a little bit. So inhale, bring that leg towards us. And exhale, release it a little bit. And one more time, inhale, bring that leg towards us. Hold the leg here as you exhale. So we're going to keep the leg forward, forward, forward. And then go ahead and bend it the other leg, release our strap. Let's take our right ankle, place it onto that left thigh. And if you can, reaching behind that left thigh, go ahead and pull that in towards you. Another hip opener here. And gently, slowly release that. Let's take our strap, take it around the other leg, around our left foot. Lengthen through our right leg. And let's go ahead and pull that knee into the chest. And then from here, press through our heel towards the ceiling and use that strap to pull the leg towards you. Let's keep the strap in that right hand. We're going to go ahead and drop that leg across the body. Deep twist, taking those arms into that capital T, looking away from the legs if it's available to you. If your neck, shoulders back, we're going to let you go there. And breathe into this. And of course on this side too, recognizing where you're feeling this at. Finding that tension or that tightness or that soreness. And kind of recognizing, trying to figure out what's sore, what's pain, sifting through that. And then let's gently bring our leg back to center and pull that in towards us. Let's inhale, pull, and exhale, release it a little bit. Inhale and pull, and exhale, release it a little bit, and inhale and pull, and let's hold it here, and you can exhale holding it here. And then go ahead and bend it the other leg. Let's release our strap, take our left ankle, place it onto right thigh. Let's go ahead and reach behind that and pull that in towards you. Open up that back hip, inner thigh, and breathe. And then gently and slowly release that. Go ahead and grab whatever you need for final relaxation. You need to grab a blanket or eye pillow, whatever you've got. Let's press our heels towards one wall. Reach our fingers towards that opposing wall. Lengthen through that body and lift that low back, lift that rib cage up off the floor as much as you can. And take in as much air as you can so that you're imagining that your lungs are like balloons. And you're taking in so much air that your torso, lungs, chest floating towards the sky. And then when you are ready, with a big exhale, allow your body to sink as all of that air comes out and those balloons flatten and you sink your low back into the floor. And finding whatever position feels best for you for your final relaxation. Maybe your feet are falling open, maybe your knees are bent. Finding whatever feels good today. And beginning to quiet all parts of the body, all parts of the mind. Maybe taking a mental scan, starting at the toes. Maybe wiggle those a little bit. And then maybe circling the ankles a little bit or pointing and flexing the feet. And relaxing our legs. And relax that pelvis. Let that sink into the floor. Relax the chest. And let the arms become heavy. Relax the neck and release the jaw. Relax that face. Those eyes become heavy and fall back to the back of your skull. Relax the forehead and the scalp. And sink, sink, sink into this relaxation. So slowly and gently coming out of that relaxation, bringing your mind back to the present and bringing your body back to the present and finding a place that feels good to sit. I like to sit on my block because I like the stretch that the front of my feet get. So experimenting with ways to sit too. And then maybe lengthening through that torso, lifting it up, feeling strengthened and lengthened. And let's reach our arms towards the sky. Get a nice big inhale. Bring our palms down to our hearts. Drop our chin to chest. Lifting our head center. Take fingers to forehead. As we leave and face our day, let us think thoughts of truth. Take the hands to the lips. As we leave and face our day, let us speak words of truth and love. Taking hands to the heart or hands to the heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Let's do a big deep inhale here. A nice cleansing exhale. And namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Remember that you are seen, you are heard, you are important, and you are valuable.